Welcome to the MrMaple Show. What's going on, everybody? We appreciate you guys tuning in, man. We consistently see you guys tuning in to our 10 at 10 videos, always coming by to check out what we got going on for the week. We really appreciate that. We got a lot of exciting things coming up for you today, and we appreciate you guys hanging out with us.
Yeah, man, it's already been a great year. I mean, you know, we've already had a couple 10 at 10s. They've already been pretty epic. Guess what? We're going to be bringing another amazing 10 at 10 to you guys. We love doing this in the morning time, man. It's super fun. Getting in there on the chat. Yeah. Hey, man, if you're a long time watcher, bro, first time chatter, throw a chat in there today, bro. Say what's up. Meet those other people that enjoy doing the same thing that you do. Yeah. With the garden with Japanese maples, man.
Yeah, we got an amazing community going on here at MrMaple through the YouTube channel, just through our general information that we try to put out there too for all of those growers out there and those plant lovers out there. It's a lot of fun to put the content together every week and try to create some cool things for you guys and get you excited about the garden right now. You know, it's winter time. Things are a little drab out there in the garden, but we've got an exciting lineup of plants for you. You want to just jump right into it?
Yeah, man. Hopefully, you know, Grandma didn't have any incidents with any reindeer this year, man. Yeah. But if she did, man, you can pick up an Acer Palmatum Grandma Ghost.
Starting it out strong here, guys. We got Acer Palmatum Grandma Ghost. One of my favorites, personal favorites of the Ghost series. Grandma Ghost has always kind of just shined so bright for me. It's one of those like true kind of cream and green colors out there in the garden, providing a really bright spot, even in a shady location, really brighten up the spot. I love this tree. I had this back in Oklahoma, and I was joking earlier. I was like, you know, Grandma's still haunting me back in my Oklahoma garden, you know. I had to leave Grandma Ghost behind, but I've got another one here at my new garden in North Carolina. What else do you love about this tree, Corbin?
Man, I mean, it just packs a punch with, you know, that cream on green, beautiful reticulation that we see. If you're a first time watcher, we throw around some words here that, you know, variegation, reticulation, you know, we talk about the habits and stuff, but reticulated means, you know, a beautiful veining variegation on your Japanese maple leaf, where, you know, you have a bicolored leaf that just shows the highlight of the actual veins inside the leaf.
Yeah, it's really cool, man. I love reticulated Japanese maples. They kind of teach you a lot about the structure of the leaf and how it distributes all of that nutrients into the leaf. You can see all the veining in it. It's a photographer's dream too, man. And this one's leaves out in the spring. It's really, really wild. I mean, it's kind of fascinating to think that there are plants out there that exist that have this kind of coloration and this kind of style of variegation. It's really, really cool. Crazy fall color too. Don't sleep on that. Bright reds and oranges, a little bit of yellow splash in there occasionally. I mean, really strong, vibrant fall color, and a nice form too overall. You can get kind of like that 6 to 8 foot range, kind of a bell shape, really, really nice structure, multi-branch structure usually on these. I love this cultivar, definitely one you need to add to your collection. Grandma Ghost. All right, next up on the table, we got an exciting dwarf for you right here. I love dwarf Japanese maples, and this one kind of takes it to the next level. We're talking about Acer Japonicum Fairy Lights.
Yeah, I mean, this is probably one of my favorite Japonicums, and that's a hard thing to say. You know, I think there's probably about, you know, 3 that kind of move around. There's one that's king, though, obviously, for me, but Acer Japonicum Fairy Lights is just a showstopper, man. Whenever it leaves out this beautiful, lively green color on this just like completely distinct looking lace leaf, you know?
Yeah.
I think that's just so amazing. Paired with its dwarf kind of dense habit. I mean, that thing just looks beautiful out there in the landscape.
Yeah, it really does. The texture is crazy on this one because you're getting that Japonicum style leaf, but in a finely dissected form. So it's really cool to see that kind of bigger size leaf and that big dissected. The way this thing really performs in my garden especially, I mean, it's got a great structure overall. I love the Japonicum structures are very rigid, very stoic style, but this one gives you a more compact, kind of dense habit to it. Really nice, airy kind of feel too when this thing gets leafed out. It just has such a beautiful texture to it.
Yeah, I agree, man. Just the way that it kind of spreads across the landscape and just gives you this nice looking bush shape out there in the garden. But then whenever fall starts coming, man, starts clicking up the heat, we love Japonicums here because, you know, not just because of the beautiful habits that they have, but because they're some of the most consistent trees for fall color within the sphere of Japanese maples. You don't only get to, you know, most of the time, Brian and I joke about, you know, you get to see, you know, reds, yellows, and oranges. But with Japonicum, sometimes that purple sneaks in, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's really nice. I love the strong colors you get on the fall on this. Really, really vibrant. You get some fiery reds and yellows, oranges sprinkled in there, and then a little dark purples mixed in that. Nice contrast of color. This is going to be a nice one for those smaller gardens or containers. If you're wanting to grow this in a container, it'd be a great plant for that. You know, next to a walkway up near the house, somewhere like that, if you need a smaller plant, it's not going to overgrow its space. We've got some good 1 gallons here. Now, these are dwarf slow growing trees. So definitely one that when you get this out in your landscape as a small 1 gallon, you want to kind of protect that from that hot afternoon sun, definitely on a Japonicum. But once they get established, they get going pretty good.
All right, coming up next, we have a beautiful Acer Palmatum Dragon Master.
Whew. I mean, Dragon Master, I love that name. It brings such a kind of an exciting, like, imaginary picture in your mind. You think about the Dragon Master. This thing lights up the garden, beautiful golden yellow colors and orange in the spring. When this thing first leaves out, it's one of the most prominent orange colors you'll see. Very reminiscent of something like Orange Dream, but you're getting that weeping, cascading style that you like with Ryusen. So it's kind of the perfect mix between those two. Beautiful cultivar, also a MrMaple introduction.
Yeah, I mean, this tree is very beautiful. It also might be the evil villain in an old Halloween special that we did here, man. That was a good time. Yeah, I just love those weeping habit Japanese maples. I think they're some of my favorite kind because, you know, how creative you can get with them.
Yeah.
We talked about, you know, growing Ryusen in a topsy-turvy. We talked about, you know, growing that yellow cascade in a, you know, raised pot.
Yeah.
And man, you can grow these any which way, which I love, especially with that kind of vibrant color that shows during the springtime. You can really get creative. I know that Matt and Tim talked about, you know, a customer having a giant dragon out somewhere in, I think, Georgia or somewhere like that, but it shoots fire out of its mouth. And I think that they put some old Dragon Masters in the mouth of it. Kind of give it that vibe of it breathing fire. So I love how creative you can get with gardening and with these weeping variety Japanese maples.
Yeah, it's really nice. I mean, we always recommend staking these up. You know, if you want to get some height with it and let it weep and cascade down. But also for me, like I'm kind of trying a different style. I'm going to let this kind of be a ground cover. It's growing on the side of a little bit of a slope, and I'm going to let that thing just kind of weep down that slope and spread out and give some vibrant kind of ground cover to that area in the garden. So there's a lot of great ways to use this plant. That's what I love about those weeping styles, like you said, because very versatile. No matter where you put it in the garden, you can kind of play with it and bend it and shape it to fit that space. Whereas a lot of times you're kind of picking the tree to fit the space. Whereas this, you can kind of create your own design and shape with it that's going to fit perfectly in any space. So really cool.
Yeah, pick you one of these up today.
All right, everybody. Check this out, man. We got some nice size 1 gallons of this today. We got Acer Palmatum Geisha gone wild.
Man, this is one of the most flashy, eye-catching Japanese maples on the market. Becoming very popularized too as of late, man. Tell a story about this one. Sitting at a brewery in Asheville, hanging with some friends. I turn my head, bro, out the corner of my eye. I see a beautiful pink and green tree, man. And I run over there. I'm like, what the heck is this, man? Acer Palmatum Geisha gone wild. Holy cow,
wow,
man. And they had 2 nice size, I wouldn't say they're specimens, bro, but they were getting pretty close.
Nice.
Very, very beautiful tree. Talon Buchholz's introduction, too.
Yeah, really cool, man. I love variegated plants. I mean, and this is, I think, one of the most consistent ones out there when it comes to that kind of like that red and pink color that you can get with it. And I love the style of variegation too, because it displays it in so many different ways throughout the time of the year. You know, when it first leaves out, you get some really bright, vibrant pinks, hot pinks, reds. And then as it kind of transitions into those summer months, you can get some dark purples with that green kind of splashing next to it. So there's a lot of contrast in color, and it kind of distorts and morphs that leaf shape just a little bit too. So you kind of get this kind of manipulated leaf shape, and each leaf is a little bit different. I love that about it.
Yeah, and this is a vigorous sport off of the cultivar Geisha. You know, Geisha is kind of like almost like an Ukigumo-esque kind of splotching variegated maple, and then a sport occurred on it, which is interesting for like a variegated plant to sport in my head.
Right.
And yeah, this one just has like that split leaf down the middle sometimes with that beautiful variegation on it. And yeah, it's a pretty good grower, honestly. But yeah, I just love seeing a large specimen of this. I think it's super cool. Talon has a pretty big one that he planted a long time ago at the Buckholtz nursery.
Yeah.
And I think the longer you have this one in the ground, the better, because you just get to enjoy that beautiful variegation on it.
Yeah, if you want something that's just really consistently pink and giving you a variety of color throughout the year, pick you up a Geisha Gone Wild.
Guys, if you like trident maples, we got an awesome one for you. We got Acer buergerianum, Angyo Weeping.
Angyo Weeping. We got a beautiful weeping style trident maple. I love this tree, man. This is super cool. We got these on a high graft here to kind of give you a little bit of elevation to start with. What's cool about this one is that it has a weeping habit to it, but it kind of like continues to like mound, you know, it's like it'll shoot a branch up and then start to weep and hang, and it'll drop these long branches downward. So it really has a really graceful appearance out in the garden.
Yeah, you can see it. This branch is starting to kind of stick straight up right there. You know, becoming that new leader. I've seen some pretty awesome ones of these out in Nacogdoches, Texas at SFA. There were some pretty beautiful ones. And yeah, I just love that buergerianum leaf on there. Yeah. Just a real shiny leaf. Really catches all that light in the garden, kind of shooting it down the beautiful tree. Yeah. Buergerianums are really kind of heat tolerant trees. Yeah. They're nice street trees, man. Whenever I was in Japan, walking down the street, I mean, you saw buergerianum every other tree, I felt like, man. It was cool seeing that out there. But Angyo Weeping gives you that kind of strength of the buergerianum, but in a beautiful, graceful weeping habit. And don't sleep on the fall colors either, man. Yeah, some really nice kind of oranges and reds, kind of almost like a pink red too when it really gets to its vibrant stage. I really like that about it. And when you kind of scroll through the pictures that you see there on their website, you can tell, I mean, these create such unique shapes, and each one is different too. And you can kind of play with that style. You could do some staking, you can do some pruning on this to kind of enhance and maybe open up where you could see that structure a little bit inside, and then just let those branches cascade down around it, especially when it goes into fall color, man. I love that because the tree kind of starts to transition, and you just see that like gradient of color starting to come down that flow. Really makes a big statement in the garden. I could see this as kind of a statement piece. You know, this is going to get out there pretty good. It's going to be a good sized tree over time. So you want to give it a little bit of space, but like you said, you're not going to have to worry about it being too much in the sun. You can get this out there in a big spot in your garden without really any shade and not have to worry about it. Yeah, I think this is definitely a awesome buergerianum for you guys to pick up today. All right, guys, we got another cool tree for you here. Talking about a beautiful coral bark variety. We got Acer Palmatum Winter Orange. Oh yeah, this is an awesome orange in the wintertime. Beautiful Acer Palmatum right here. I love the coral barks, man. They really let you add a splash of color during the winter. Especially if you drop this in front of a nice evergreen backdrop. Yeah. I think seeing the coral barks grow is one of the most fun things, man. Just having this beautiful kind of, almost like a flame emerging out of the garden. Yeah. And if you ever want to learn how to prune to kind of enhance that color, we have an awesome video that we did with Plant Man Gardening out in Charlotte. He is kind of a sensei at pruning, honestly, man. He has another coral bark that he's pruned that is just immaculate out there. But with this winter orange, man, you're going to have a coral bark that's going to get out there pretty quick in the landscape.
Yeah, this is a vigorous grower. You're talking about over a foot of growth a year on this. You get about 14 feet you can get to in that 10-year range. So definitely one that you're not going to have to wait too long to get out there. And you're going to get a really consistent orange color with this. Me and Tim's talked about this a lot. I mean, winter orange has the most consistent orange color. You get a lot of like reds and yellows and things like that in some of the others. But this gives you a really vibrant, consistent orange color in the garden. I learned of this tree early on in my collecting days. My good friend Carl Munn highly recommended this tree early on in my collection days because I was growing maples in Oklahoma, so a lot of my coral barks were kind of struggling there. We would get some really cold, frigid winters. This was a seedling that was found way up north in Canada, so it has a little bit more tolerance to those cold areas. We do still rate this as 6 through 9. It hasn't been fully tested in those zone 5s, but I do believe that I had some success with this in Oklahoma for that reason. So some of that heritage within it, I believe, gives a little bit more cold tolerance as well.
Yeah, man, I love that about this tree, just that vigorousness of it, man.
Yeah.
But if it wasn't named winter orange, maybe it would be called fall yellow, man, because this thing is a highlighter during the fall time.
Yeah.
You know, contrasting with that beautiful bark. I think I just love those yellows, man, that transition from green to yellow that you see during the fall time, where you're just getting like all the colors. I know that I think green is the color that we can see the most shades of.
Right.
So that transition from green to yellow is just so beautiful. And it really will just look so great next to maybe some of those classic fall color Japanese maples that we might be talking about here in a second.
Yeah. Pick you up a winter orange. We got another awesome tree. I mean, I say that every time because when we build these 10 at 10s, we're like, what's the coolest stuff we can get our hands on and get it out there to you guys? This one's always popular. This one's crazy. Kind of one of these alien style plants, in my opinion. You got Acer shirasawanum, Magic Moon.
I just like, whenever you say Magic Moon, bro, I just hear like that old school, like, wolf howl in the background, bro. Like, yeah, exactly. You see like the Scooby-Doo or whatever, man. It's like Magic Moon, bro.
Magic Moon, man.
Yeah, this one is super cool. It's in that weird kind of funky territory that some of the Japanese maple introductions can get into. Stuff like Purple Curl, man. Stuff like Bloody Talons.
Right.
And I think Matt and Tim and I have kind of discussed and discussed with you as well, like, there's that Higaseyama kind of style variegation going on in a couple of those freaks and weirdo kind of plants.
Yeah.
It's so cool to see that and know like there's just some funky stuff going on in the genetics of that plant for sure.
Yeah, it does. It kind of plays into a lot of the different worlds of variegation. You know, it's kind of dipping into and taking from a lot of those different characteristics. I think what's really great about this is you have that shirasawanum influence, so you get that full moon leaf with the variegation, and it has this odd kind of splotching and veining to it that's just kind of hard to explain, really. I mean, you got to almost see the pictures to really understand. I get a kick out of this plant because early on back in the day, I was like one of the first people to get this from Matt and Tim back in the day. And you know, everybody's like, whoa, what the heck, man? Where did you get this Magic Moon from? And little did I know that I had Magic Mooned Matt and Tim. So it took years for them to get it back into production because I bought a stock plant back in the day. But we got it back in production. Magic Moon's been coming on strong. A lot of these getting out there available, and we got another amazing set for you guys. So if you want a variegated shirasawanum, that doesn't happen very often, so definitely pick up a Magic Moon.
Acer laevigatum Hong Long. An amazing semi-evergreen, purplish green, red. I'm about to say Japanese maple. I believe this is a Chinese maple though. So beautiful shaped leaf as well. A very rare maple indeed.
Yeah, these are awesome, guys. We got a huge set of these right now, and I wanted to get on the camera here. We got some huge XL sizes on these, and then these are regular size 1 gallons. I wanted to get this on camera so you guys could understand when you're looking at the website and you see XL or you see just regular 1 gallon size, kind of what you can expect on some of those differences. But this is a vigorous grower, man. Beautiful, beautiful purple, dark purple bark to it. Me and Tim were talking about the other day, you know, this is kind of one of those bark interest maples that people don't really talk about. One, it's not out there as much, not as common out there in the landscape. But this is a really cool tree. If you're wanting something that kind of outside of the box, definitely pick one of these up.
Yeah, this is an introduction from, I guess, Mark Wethington. He is kind of like what we say the Indiana Jones of, you know, plant horticulture area. He goes out, he's looking through the jungle, man. He's slashing through the forest. And, you know, I don't think he's going into any ancient temples, but maybe he's looking around them to see beautiful trees. He brought this back, and I believe Matt and Tim saw it at the J.C. Ralston. They noticed that it was kind of different from the actual kind of species.
Right.
And they're like, well, you need to put a name on this because it's distinct. And he kept saying, he played a little coy. He was like, nah, man. And then Matt and Tim pulled the, all right, well, we're just going to put pretty much your full legal name on this tree. And he was like, all right, Hong Long, which translates to red dragon, which is where that kind of, you see that bark kind of play in, you see that new growth playing in, the fall colors, a beautiful kind of deep, like ruby red. This is a super cool one, especially if you're, like you were saying earlier, if you're in some of those hotter climates.
Yeah.
This is a semi-evergreen tree, so it's going to work from zone 6 through 10. Which, you know, usually we're working on that 5 through 9 range, yeah, bro, like Dolly Parton. But this one is going to work in just a little bit hotter of a zone. And yeah, I love these. Seeing some large specimens of these at Buckholz, you're like, dang, bro. You're going to start seeing these a lot of different places, especially in those hotter zones where people still want some maple action. And you get to deliver some beautiful trees like this in them.
Beautiful tree. All right, so next up on the table here, we got some really nice sizes for you here. We got Acer Palmatum Celebration.
Yeah, the party never ends here at MrMaple. I mean, we're bringing 2 10-10s to you every single week, bro. We're dropping sometimes, most of the time, some whammy action. We got that limited sale.
Limited sale, I mean.
Yeah, that limited sale is probably one of my favorite things, man. If you don't know about that, either Brian or Summer or Tim, most of the time, maybe even Dylan or just everybody around the nursery, whenever they see a crazy rare Japanese maple that we haven't had on sale for a minute, we bring it, put it on the limited, and then every hour on the hour, a new tree is dropping.
It's crazy, man. I mean, we got some crazy sales going on, and our 10 at 10s, like you said, hit twice a week. We feature 10 in the video, but it's actually 20 that drop each day. But we got a crazy tree right here, man. This is a Talon Buckholz introduction. One of the most vibrant pinks out there, man. This gives you some crazy pink colors with some veining and that reticulated style along with it. One of my favorite trees in the Buckholz collection.
Yeah, I know Sean is always singing the praises of this beautiful maple. And I mean, I can understand why. I really do like those pink colors, especially with that reticulation going through them. I think it pairs nicely with some of the other new ghosts, like maybe Blonde Beauty. Pair this with like something yellow that's really going to play between that pinks. Especially Grandma Ghost would look nice next to this too, having a splash of that white bouncing off of this pink. It would be a little bit of a trifecta right there, having all three of those together. Celebration. I love the shape of the leaf too, man. Just really kind of, it's almost aggressive, man, you know, with those serrations on the side of the leaf, and it looks sharp. It's beautiful. Yeah,
it really, I mean, it is such a vibrant color out there too. So just anywhere you put this in your garden, it's going to make everything else around it pop. I have this out near a couple of Japonicums out in my garden. So the Japonicums are the backdrop for this tree. I have a rising sun, and I believe I have Yamakagi there as well. And so this one's kind of out front of that. So I like to create kind of a nice backdrop for it as well. It really makes that bright color stand out in the spring when everything's leafing out. I mean, this is a celebration of spring, in my opinion, you know, because it's that time of the year where you waited and you've waited and you waited so long through that dreary winter. And finally, man, you see that little pop of color coming out. Celebration does it one of the best, man. I mean, it really electrifies your garden.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Tom Buchholz, he don't miss, man. I mean, and he's locked in on them reticulated plants, bro. He's looking at those things all the time, man. And Celebration is one that I think will be in a lot of gardens as we continue into the future, man.
I agree.
Oh yeah, man. Right here, we got a classic that would go great with that winter orange back there. Ooh. We got Acer Palmatum Osakuzuki.
Yeah, I mean, last but not least, we got some 2-gallon sizes here. These have been staked up tall, starting to branch out and get some nice structure to them. You know, a lot of times when you have them staked like this, it takes a little bit longer for the branching to start. But as you can tell, this is going to be a great established tree once you get it out in your garden. I love Osakuzuki, one of those like flagship cultivars out there when talk about fall color. This is always in that list. I mean, anytime you're talking about beautiful fall colors, you got to talk about Osakuzuki. Some of the most vibrant, crazy red colors in the fall that you're ever going to see. And just a great tree overall, man. I love it.
Yeah, this one is named after a specific color. So in Japan, you know, obviously they have sake, and the cup that you drink out of is called a sakuzuki. So, you know, well, where does that O come from? So Osakuzuki means a large sake cup,
yeah,
which is talking about like a specific drinking cup for like sumo wrestlers, apparently, which is this beautiful kind of crimson red, which that's the same color as the beautiful fall color. This is one that I feel like I was on the scent of this tree early on, man, because we, me, Brian, and Matt all went to Charlotte one day, and we got to go to Maple Walk, which shout out Tom Nunningcamp and Liv Jones. Beautiful garden out there. If you're in Charlotte, you should go check it out. Also, check out, we've done a couple of fall videos there. So
really cool spot.
He has one of the most magnificent Osakuzukis I've ever seen.
Yeah.
You know, the fall color on a large specimen. And you're going to have to pick your jaw up after that.
Yeah, sure. Definitely, man. This thing is a really good performer, too. I was able to grow this in full sun in Oklahoma. So, I mean, this is one I'm very familiar with. It's a good heat-tolerant plant. And don't sleep on the spring color, too. I think a lot of times we get so caught up in the amazing fall color of it. This has a nice kind of like pink blushing over that green leaf when it first leaves out. Really, really beautiful, too. And the way that the flowering and the samaras kind of complement that leaf, too. It's an exciting time in the spring, and then it just gives you the anticipation of the fall because you know it's only going to get better from there. And when you're starting out at that level, it's pretty exciting to kind of follow that tree throughout the year.
Yeah, the blushing is so cool. I remember seeing that at, I believe, like a test garden out in Rutgers. I saw a giant Osakuzuki, and yeah, the flowers and samaras paired with that kind of light blushing in the springtime.
Yeah.
As you kind of get into it, man, like, of collecting Japanese maples, I think that you're pulled to the variegated.
Yeah.
But once you really start to notice like the subtlety and, you know, the simplicity of certain cultivars, and then you get some flash as well during the fall time, I think that is just like, man, that's just like a nice breath of fresh air, honestly.
Well, hey, man, we appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. We've had a great lineup of trees for you guys, lots of ranges and sizes and shapes and colors. So we always get excited about when we put the list together because we start thinking about pairings and how we can complement our gardens and enhance that beauty that we're all trying to create. I get excited for you guys because I get to get out here and pull these orders. We've been so busy over the last few weeks. We appreciate all of y'all's business. It makes it so exciting out here because we're running around like crazy, pulling all these trees and getting them shipped out. And for me personally, I know that these are going to some beautiful gardens out there, and we're just doing our part to create a more beautiful world. So we appreciate that.
Yeah, if you appreciate us, make sure to drop a like down below. Maybe even comment your favorite tree that you saw today on the 10 at 10. And remember, we got an awesome community of people on Facebook at the MrMaple.com friends. Find some like-minded people that love the same hobby as you. Get connected, man. That's what, you know, the internet is a place of connectivity, man. You guys are watching this video right now, and I'm probably in that live chat saying what's up. So Yeah, we appreciate it. Y'all remember to take care
God bless.
and have a great day.